From successful TV personality and spokesperson in Moscow to the bright lights of the stage, Alya, welcome. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
That is quite an arc of life. When you think about getting into TV news and then moving into music. Tell me first of all about your life in Russia and why that, and the decision that you made to move into music and come to the US.
Well, I worked for over a decade in Russia as a journalist and was covering absolutely not glamorous topics such as military, politics, and while it was very exciting, I still had a feeling that it's not exactly how I would like to spend the rest of my life. And after COVID pandemic, I think every single person on the planet realized that life is so short. You cannot just waste it on something that's not really you. And there was a moment in my life when I just sat down and I thought to myself, okay, well, this is the crossroad. I have to decide right now. I'm moving forward with something else, dropping this, and that's what I did.
Wow, that's incredible. All right, let's take a little listen of your music. The song is called "The Pleasure Is All Mine." Let's listen in. When I hear your music, Alya, it seems that there's all kinds of cultural things going on, the rhythmic, the melodic pieces that you've put in there. There's a lot of things going on, but it's distinctly beautiful and unique.
Thank you very much. Yes, the song that you just showed, "The Pleasure Is Mine," it's a very personal song, and I'm happy to hear that people are recognizing all this cultural convergence in it, because that's what I was trying to put in. First of all, the song carries very important message for me about femininity. Femininity is a soft superpower that you have to embrace. And secondly, this song is my attempt to try to bottle stereotypes using archetypes, if you wish. Because as a Russian American, for example, I was not very pleased for all the 10 years that I spent here in the United States, how American media and especially Hollywood treats Russian female. It just made me feel very unhappy. So I went down to my cultural roots. I investigated how Russian females were portrayed in the fairy tales and legend. I researched the folk songs, how Russian females were talking about themselves, how they were expressing themselves. And I put all of it into song "Pleasure in Mine." And on top, because we cannot live without stereotypes, I put some orchestration that will remind you about the golden era of Russian classical music.
You are also very involved in the philanthropic efforts with your husband, Dr. Gary Michelson, who's an orthopedic surgeon who's been, I think he owns 1,000 patents in the medical field. That's an impressive resume. But the two of you are a powerhouse of philanthropy.
Well, thank you very much for.
Why do you do that? Why do you think that's important?
Because, I had different phases in my life. I was growing up in Soviet Union. So I had typical Soviet Union childhood, and maybe some of your listeners and viewers can relate to that and understand what it is. I have a privilege to live here in America today. I have opportunity to help. I know life from different sides. And I know that very often the life could be unfair, and it was unfair for me. And I also know that the talent is distributed equally, while opportunities are not. And while I'm on the position to make a difference, I don't want to waste my time not doing that. Even when we help to animals, and or when we try to make sure that everybody could have an access to education, or when we try to fight diseases, investing into the medical research, or I'm talking about the immigration issues. It's all giving voice to the voiceless, giving the microphone to these people to tell their stories. As a journalist, from this point of view, you were asking about my experience as a journalist. Nothing changed much because I'm still delivering the stories. It's just completely different levels. I can use so many things today. I'm so grateful that I have this experience, and I hope that it will really make things better, because that was why I in the first place decided to go into journalism. I did really believe that this is the profession that can actually force changes. You can really make a difference by telling stories.
Well, you're telling them beautifully, and you're so talented, and I so appreciate your time. We can reach you, of course, it's Alya, A-L-Y-A, your website, and of course, any of the philanthropy and efforts that you're involved in are connected to your website. So we invite our viewers to do that. Thank you so much for being with us, and continued success to you and to your husband.
Thank you.